Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Cassini project. Last time, our intrepid crew had not the best experience when they arrived at Ferasa Prime, when their executive officer and Captain Fang were kidnapped by a rogue clan called the Shiassi inside the Patriarch's own house. Since then, the crew has returned to the Cassini. Meanwhile, down on the planet, Commander K'theris is being horribly tortured as she's forced to listen to, unfortunately, Atlas Shrugged, as narrated by Gilbert Gottfried. And that's where we start tonight's show. So, we're starting back on the Cassini tonight. And you guys have just returned and are gathering in the briefing room to decide what your next course of action is.
Are we able to narrow down the location of the commander and captain anymore? Because so far, what I understand is that we're in the mountains. They've been located to a mountain range, right?
You've narrowed it down to significantly larger than a mountain range. It is basically like a third of a continent.
Okay.
It's in the northern region of it. The Hudai Wastes are literally a third of the primary continent of Ferasa. It's this big, mostly desert wasteland, though towards the northern part it becomes like this tundra with limited plant life. It's very inhospitable. There's a blizzard that's letting up in the area right now.
We can assume they're probably trying to master energy signature. That'd be the first thing we look for.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone got any ideas?
The most massive energy signature down there would be the planet's geothermal reserves.
You think they could be using that as a power source?
It's a possibility. They wouldn't have to import power from anywhere else on the planet. And
it'd be naturally camouflaged because it's already there.
So
precisely.
The one thing that's going to make that tricky is that that's also home to the planet's general geothermal power plants, meaning that you're going to have to parse out whether or not these are legal or illegal ones.
Head Patriarch, I assume the search is already underway on the planet?
We're immediately at this moment, I've got people investigating, but it could take some time. On top of that, Commander Urao is a little preoccupied at getting the other patriarchs and matriarchs back to their homeland safely.
That's understandable.
Just to be clear, it's only been about 30 minutes since this all went down.
We can't parse out Commander K'theris' genetic signature for the sensors.
So, as a refresher of last time, you were able to detect her because Cations are different from Ferasans. You were able to detect a vague Cation life sign in the northern region of Ferasa, in the Hudai Wastes.
So I'm just trying to think of how we narrow that down.
The only thing I can think of is get closer.
Bring the ship closer?
Shuttlecraft ship. There's the Intrepid can enter atmosphere.
Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder can. The Cassini can. The Cassini can enter atmosphere, so it is possible.
That's entirely true. That's how we got here in the first place.
San leans over and goes, we got two other shuttlecraft with pretty decent sensors that could probably do this as well. We don't necessarily need to bring the whole ship down. We've got an aero shuttle and a Delta Flyer.
We can do the same job quicker if we use all three vehicles.
Create a sensor network.
Exactly. You might also need to combine it with any local ships.
In that case, we might want to coordinate with some of the Type 8 shuttles that we've got in there to help coordinate further.
You think you got enough pilots on your hands, Lieutenant Grass?
How many flight staff do I have under me?
So there isn't like a dedicated flight staff. They would fall under tactical staff. I'm going to say that Lieutenant Armstrong, Lieutenant Womack, Lieutenant Kilpatrick, and Lieutenant Wilcox are all trained pilots.
There's about 4 lieutenants that I think would be trained well enough to handle this kind of thing. Woolmax, Walcott, I can't, yeah, and the other two, Kilpatrick,
and Armstrong.
How long do you think it'll take to set up the shuttles, as well as the Aero shuttle?
They can be the Aero shuttle and the Delta class shuttle can go right now. I can launch the Huygens and the Eagle right now.
Okay, but it'd be preferable if we can have an entire sensor net going almost as as soon as we hit Atmo.
For the Type 8s, it's going to take me a couple of minutes. We just got to recalibrate the sensors. They're not usually meant for scanning life signs like that.
Right now, it sounds like our best option, unless someone else has a better idea. And I'll take a better idea.
Would Talus, this is just an out of character question, would Talus necessarily know like what might be the best like strategic option if someone were to take K'theris and like hide her on the planet, where that might be, like where they might go, strategically speaking?
So I'm gonna say if you want to do this,
see where we can focus.
Like trying to think like the bad guy here.
To think like the bad guy here. I'm gonna say you're gonna have to make a roll for this one.
That's fine. I can make a
for
roll.
Talus, I think this is gonna have to be a reason security roll.
Okay.
Difficulty is
Not incredibly insightful, but okay.
difficulty 1. You need to set to. Let me do that. Set only 2 dice. I'm gonna say that your focuses. I'm gonna say your focuses do apply. Survival training would apply here because this is a wasteland. And
okay. All right, I will make the roll then.
Please do.
Boom.
Boom.
All right.
1.
So, Talus, you were given security documentation from the Ferasans telling you, like, hey, here's, like, security threats on the planet. Here's where you should stay away from. Here's survival places that if something's happening, you crash your shift. Here's how you would survive in this region. For the Hudai Waste, a good chunk of it is actually populated by people who are working in mining or they're working in the geothermal power plants, and there does seem to be a fair amount of security. With this, you're able to eliminate about, I would say, about 1,000 square kilometers, and you've narrowed the search radius down to about 100 kilometers.
Captain, I suggest we focus on this 100-kilometer search radius here.
That sounds good. Good work. Hi, Patriarch. Is it possible for us to get any assistance from any sort of Ferasan vehicles?
Unfortunately, the Hudai Waste make our vehicles very difficult to traverse. If we had some Klingon vessels from our alliance present, maybe we could send them down, but as of right now, there are no Bird of Preys or Tladouche fighters craft available. The fact is that there are some strong electromagnetic fields because of the volcanic activity.
All right. And GM, are we the only Starfleet vessel present?
There were 2 Miranda classes present. They have since left orbit. They were just doing supply runs. They were not going to be very helpful in this matter. They also wouldn't have the security clearance to handle this.
Okay. Sounds like it's up to us then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's get the sensor grid on the road.
All right. So, guys, walk out on the bridge. You start getting everything ready. So, Graz, are you going to be flying one of the shuttles?
I'll take the actual Cassini. I will coordinate with all the other shuttlecraft as to maneuvers and to and to and positioning to get to basically properly net out the area to spread out.
Okay. So you move the Cassini into position over the Hudai Waste. Kashima adjusts the and Sahan fix the sensors on those smaller shuttles and the Aero shuttle, and so both the Huygens our Aero shuttle is ready for launch. The Eagle, your Delta class shuttle, is also available for launch immediately. Do you want to send them down now, or do you want to wait for this whole sensor net?
It'd be better if we started if we get everything going at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we can be thorough.
Just to clarify, the plan is for the Cassini itself to go into atmosphere as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be the mothership.
So did you say this in front of the Patriarch?
Yeah, obviously I'm going to ask for permission to conduct this.
So he walks over and goes, I would recommend that for the moment that you leave your starship in orbit. With the Shiassi, it's always good not to pull your whole hand at once. You should be able to, with the amount of shells you have, to scan the region sufficiently.
I understand that, but part of my concern is it's the possibility of one of our shuttles being shot down.
Part of my concern is them finding a way to shoot down your starship.
That I would like to see them try. But I will defer to you in this situation, High Patriarch.
Understood.
Well, since the Cassini is not going to be going down, I think my skills would be better in the Huygens, maybe.
You going to take the Aero shuttle?
Might as well.
Okay.
Permission granted.
Are you going to take anyone with you to help man the sensors, or are you just going to bring generic science officer number 3?
Well,
Is that
Kagon, what do you
something
think
we
you can do better?
Kagon.
That is a good question. I would think I would be able to manage the sensor net better from the command and control center on the Cassini, but what do the sensors look like on the Delta Flyer? Let me look at that.
Okay, yeah, it should be available to you.
Which one is it?
It's the
Shuttlecraft
Eagle. Shuttlecraft
Okay.
Eagle, yep.
It is not available. The stats are not available to me.
Ah, well, hang on
Yeah,
one
you
second.
may want to open those up to us.
Yeah, that would be why.
Yeah, it's got to be
There the
controllable by us to actually see the
Yeah.
stats.
Yep.
He knows.
I forgot.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh, she has 0 communication?
Yes, this is because of oh, no, she shouldn't have a 0 in communication, she should have a 2 in communications.
Yeah.
Delta Flyer is always running out of communications.
Also 0 medicine? There's not even like a med kit?
So shuttlecrafts sometimes do have 0s and things.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
They're not
Actually-
very good at. They don't have very large departments. That's what those departments represent: is the number of crew and the crew talent.
I'm actually
And
checking out
resources
communications.
available, because there isn't much room for, like, a spare biobed even.
Yeah,
Right?
I actually need to update this because I just realized the new shuttle stats make this a little out of date.
Yeah.
So
That being said, I think I could be of more use on the Cassini.
okay. Yeah, that's totally fine.
But yeah,
But as
take
long as we've got communication with the other shuttles, I should be able to assist with their operations as well. That's the whole point of having the sensor net.
Mhm.
Yeah, then yeah. Graz should probably take a generic science officer with him.
Okay, so Graz is probably going to be taking, let's see who's on a science team. The sensors officer, he's taking Lieutenant Commander Max Quesada with him.
Nice. Sada.
All right, so Graz, can I get you to roll a control con check?
Control. Oh, that's like something that I'm very good at. Amazingly.
It's almost like you're a pilot or something.
Yeah, I know. Like, who'd have thought? I presume atmospheric flight or small craft piloting would do any.
Your focuses apply here. I'm going to say that it's going to be a difficulty 2 task.
And the shuttle itself will assist.
Assist.
So yeah,
who-
I'm happy you're just doing the normal roll. Do you reckon I should take a momentum?
I don't know.
You can assist from the craft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get an assist from the craft.
Then yeah, no,
but
you're
I
probably
would
fine.
spend it to make it.
We only have 2 momentum though right now,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are pretty low.
and we're gonna want some from when we're doing sensor rolls.
All right. Well, I'll just do a normal task roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you got focus
Yeah.
system.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Well, there it is.
And
They're really
wow.
good.
Oh yeah.
That ship is just purring.
Nice.
All right, so the Huygens drops down out of the saucer section and dives into the atmosphere, and you start shaking as you start coming through the remnants of that blizzard as you start approaching your target location, and you just expertly manage it. And then you see the EM fields from the volcanism around it, and you're just dodging it and weaving, and it's something to behold. And Lieutenant Commander Quesada looks over and goes, "Wow, I've never seen anyone fly like that before."
I don't want to brag, but
Yes, you do.
I sort of want to
He
brag.
wants to, but
Alright. I am advising the sensor team to keep in constant communication with the Cassini. I want check-ins every 90 seconds.
Okay.
Because I've also got push the limit, so I'm it's a bit easier for me to like just keep the engines going a bit over what their theoretical should be, and just making it easier to do those type maneuvers and stuff.
He put pilot powers on it.
Mm.
Yeah, he's gonna try to figure it.
So, okay, you get into position, and after about 10 minutes, I'm going to need Kagon to roll a reason science, and I'm also going to say that Talus, you need to roll as a separate check a insight security.
Okay.
okay, reason science. Do my geology and planetary surveys focus? Does that apply here?
I'm going to say yes.
How could planetary
Okay.
survey not apply? That's literally what we're doing.
I know, but I always ask.
Does my survival
All right.
does my survival training focus apply here as well?
You know what? I'm going to think it would be... I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Oh,
Your
no.
focuses don't apply, Talus.
Okay, let's kill that.
all right.
Let's kill that complication.
What's
Hold
the,
on. Let's Cassini. Let Cassini give me a hand here.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And then
Who's rolling
what's
for the
my
Cassini?
Jeez.
Who has
What's my
access to the
difficulty?
Cassini?
Everyone should have.
Okay,
Or am
Yeah.
I
then
assisting?
You are not assisting. This is a separate roll. That's dependent on Kagon's
Oh,
roll.
okay. All right.
Bookwormy, you can.
I'll,
Um,
I'll roll.
so-
yeah. What is
so-
the Cassini rolling?
Yeah.
Sensor
Cassini-
science, right?
Sensor science.
Sensor science for the Cassini.
And it's only 1 dice. So we're throwing out that second one because the Cassini can only roll 1. And you know what? You know
No,
who else
that's Talus's roll.
Oh, that's Talus. Oh no. Oh no. I accidentally pressed one of my bookmarks. Sorry. I'm back.
Yeah. Okay, no, Bookwormy hasn't rolled yet.
Okay.
Okay.
There you
There
go.
we
There we go.
Holy crap.
Nice job.
That's
Right.
with a focus though, so that shouldn't be. Should that?
The ship always has a focus.
Okay.
Ship
It
always
does.
has a focus. All right.
So we should probably kill that complication.
Yes, you can absolutely kill that complication. I'm going to say that Talus actually undoes that complication because they got 2 successes, and so it was technically a difficulty 0. So I'm going to say that that's a wash.
Okay.
It's worth it.
So
Seriously.
I'm going to consider that it's technically a success at cost. You are going to generate 1 threat from it, but it's not going to be a real complication.
Did we get momentum, or did we just beat it?
You are going to get a momentum from it.
Nice.
So when you start scanning. There's actually a sensor glitch. And you very quickly realize, oh, they tried to put a virus into our sensor net. I'm going to write an antivirus program. And Talus looks over and assists with that, and you get through it. And you are able to narrow down to within a 1 kilometer radius where K'theris' life sign is. But you cannot get any more precise than that. And for Kagon's bonus, K'theris is located 100 feet underground.
Well, isn't that
It's
special?
not specific enough to beam her out or to beam anyone down there directly, but
Sounds like we're
it's
going
in
in on foot.
So they're underground, which means an underground complex, or possibly a natural cave system.
Or some combination of the two. They do have a tendency to do that.
Hi, Patriarch. Are there any public records of this area in regards to any sort of builds, underground complexes, like maybe spelunking?
Absolutely nothing. This is not really an area of interest for most people.
I assumed there would have been
Would
some
we
public
be able-
records when things were being built.
There's nothing been built there. No one has had any reason to build there. There's nothing there.
Evidence suggests otherwise.
And I'm
Would we be
telling
able
you,
to- Sorry.
and I'm saying that if there is something there, it would not be in our public records. We haven't even been patrolling this area.
Well, we're narrowed down to a range of 1 kilometer, correct?
Correct.
So could we search that on foot?
It's very doable with the blizzard that has appeared to pass on.
Is it possible we can get any assistance from any sort of local Ferasan security force?
Local security forces may not get there in time, and honestly, last thing you need to do is bring in an army.
I'd rather not take
Yeah.
a team in there without knowing a little bit more about what we're getting into. Is there any way we can do with the shuttlecraft the equivalent of a sonar ping to see if we can get a general idea of what the cave system looks like?
There is a problem with that. If we do a sonar ping, they're definitely going to know that. And we'd lose the element of surprise.
we're using active scanning anyway, and they have to know that
Yeah.
we're looking for our missing person.
That's true.
We don't have any element of surprise, I don't think.
Well, then I guess ping.
Okay. So just to be clear, this is going to Kagon's going to have to make this roll.
Before we
Right.
ping, let's get a fast response team going.
Okay. So who would
I
you
can
like
head
to?
that up.
Yes, who would you like to have on your hazard team for this?
Well, gee, I wonder if I should send my chief of security. Yeah, I think I'm sending my chief of security,
Okay.
and I think I'll send my my chief science officer as well.
Okay.
And
And didn't Brian mention we have Makos?
You do have Mako.
we do have a Mako team. This sounds like the sort of thing they'd be really good at.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get our Mako commander in here and let him know what's going on.
Okay. Well, Colonel Dagara Ingua has been present through this whole thing since he is a senior officer, technically.
And look at him. So, Commander, get a team together.
It's Colonel, and yes, I can have
That's
a team
right,
assembled
Colonel.
shortly.
Apologies.
Uh,
We're gonna need it.
Understood. I'll get my best men and women on it.
Sounds good.
So, Captain, how we can get down there?
So
Transport.
I'm gonna say, first off, do you still want to do the active sonar ping?
I do,
that
but not until we can get a team down there immediately afterwards.
So here's the thing: you are not going to know whether or not you can beam down there without scanning the area.
But we can have a team on the transporter pads ready to go.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. Do we? So we still need the shuttlecraft down there to ping, correct? We can't do it from the Cassini.
You can do it from the Cassini.
Then we might want to recall our shuttlecraft just in case.
Be a good move.
Yeah, I would actually be on the shuttlecraft there.
Yeah, just have the shuttlecraft listening for any results from the ping that we initiate.
Okay.
In
I would
other
say
words,
the
have them using passive sensors while we do the active scan.
I would say that you would only need one shuttle for this. You won't need a whole sensor net.
Yeah.
You guys did that because you were trying to track down a specific life form. For this, you're only going to need one set of sensors.
Okay. Let's recall the recall the Eagle and the Type 8s and leave the Aero Shuttle out there.
Okay.
In case something happens, he's getting shot at. I assume Lieutenant Graz can handle it.
Okay.
Or in case Lieutenant Graz has to do some shooting on his own.
Yes. Well, Graz isn't going to have to roll for anything. However, Kagon, you're going to need to roll a Reason Science. This is difficulty 4.
Reason Science difficulty 4.
Now's
Guys,
the
can I put some momentum on this?
Yes, you can.
All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna buy 2 dice if that's okay, y'all.
Go for it.
Okay.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Signed, K'theris.
All right, and planetary surveys focus still apply?
Yes. Actually, no. Hang on. Let me double check Kagon's. It might not be planetary surveys. Actually, yeah, it is, because that also includes geology. So.
Okay. All right, here goes everything.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Hey, give me another 2 successes on the ship.
Yeah, because
It's sensor science still.
Still
Yes.
sensor science.
we may have to just eat that complication.
Hey.
Okay.
Nice.
So you hit it.
Do we want to spend our extra momentum in the one momentum we have to kill the complication?
But here's the thing with the complication. The fact that we succeeded means that the complication doesn't undo the success.
It doesn't,
Yeah, and
but it's going to make things harder.
And I'm gonna say this: like, I'm not gonna make it a complication. I'm just gonna take threat.
Well, then,
Okay.
yeah, screw it.
Okay.
It's not going to be like, wait, they're here. Kill her. Boom.
No.
Yeah.
It. You have needs for her too. So the fact is that you're looking at this and you're realizing you will not be able to beam down. You will have to take a shuttle down there. There is also no place for the ship to land if you wanted to take the ship down there. It's just there's not enough space.
It's like trying to land an anaconda.
Yeah, basically, you're trying to land a capital ship in what appears to be a collection of valleys and canyons.
What if we did a halo jump?
I was going to suggest that.
You could do that. It would probably between that and the Patriarch's recommendation, you could do that from a shuttlecraft with the most minimal amount of drawing attention.
Okay, so we can't do it with the Cassini, which I thought we could really. Maybe that'd be
You
badass.
You normally could, but given the situation, it probably isn't the
Draw
best
a
thing.
lot of attention.
Just a quick question: with the advanced sensor suites of the Cassini, was that a 5 reduced to 4 or 4 reduced to? Should it be reduced to 3?
It was a 5 reduced to a 4.
Just double checking.
Okay then. And then let's prep the Eagle for halo jump.
Okay.
And
So
I'm gonna suit up.
okay, so as far as the non-Mako members of the crew, who is going on the away mission?
I'm definitely putting our chief of security, Lieutenant Felix, yeah, Felix and Kagon.
Okay.
Who's gonna be flying it?
I'm assuming Graz would be flying
Yeah.
it. Graz was still in the Aero Shuttle, unless we recalled him.
So
Well, you did.
I kind of wanted Graz in the Aero Shuttle just in case they tried to take off.
Okay.
So at least you could at least you could find him,
Okay.
keep tracking them. But what about you, Graz? What do you want to do?
I can, if you want me in the air, just keeping an eye on any sensor stuff. I mean, we can do that.
Well, it's useful, but I mean, what do you want to do?
I want to go and punch some heads in.
It's harder than it looks.
It really is.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna leave it up. I'm gonna leave it up to you, man.
I'll be fine keeping an eye since an Overwatch kind of role.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll be your eyes down there since we're not having great luck.
I'm going to say that Sahen is going to volunteer so that he can hack into any kind of technological problems you will need.
You have any training for this kind of mission, Sen?
I'm a Romulan public officer. We always have training for this kind of missions.
Sounds good.
And
Probably got
then,
more training than I do.
and then the Patriarch goes, and I will also accompany.
You sure that's wise?
They're not
I mean,
going to be able to harm me. But besides that, it's my duty. And a true leader doesn't lead from the back.
And it's his sister.
I'm sure
All right.
Fang can take care of herself, but this is more than just that.
All right. I'll coordinate from the Cassini.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to change scenes over into the prison where Fang and K'theris are being held.
Hey.
Of course, you lose one momentum because it's a scene change. And you've just been listening to that voice over and over and over again when it just stops finally. And Fang goes, "Oh, thank God." And out walks that same woman wearing the kind of lab coat and the scarred face and going, "Well, I'm amazed you haven't been driven insane yet. That usually breaks people in 10 minutes.
I just kind of look at her and like I try to shrug, but I can't really shrug. And I just
Okay.
not everyone is as skilled at compartmentalization.
Oh, I guess that's very much true. Fortunately for me, I have other methods." And she brings up a cage and leads it right onto, at kind of right next to you. And as you look in, you see one of the Epos in there.
Oh, good.
And it just kind of goes and crashes into the cage front.
I just look to her.
You get a text message.
Combat just now get text message and hologram. Are you there? And she just goes, "How would you like it if I allowed this one to take a little nibble?" And she kind of moves your restrained fingers and takes your pinky and starts moving it towards the cage.
What would I roll to maintain composure?
I would say that would
control command, right?
it wouldn't be control because control is manipulation of objects. This is
Maybe
more
presence.
Yeah, this is a presence command roll or presence security because K'theris could justify it either way.
Okay. And do you want to give me a difficulty for this?
Actually,
This is-
control is also to resist mental assault, duress, or other stressful situations through an orderly mind and the application of discipline.
Okay, so then it would be control. So I'm going to say that your intelligence operations would allow you to have this as a focus.
All right. And do I have any kind of difficulty, or is this just a basic
Difficulty
kind of...
1. It's difficulty 1. This isn't that hard. You know what's going through their
fine.
mind.
Yeah, presence is when you're trying to keep others calm through a stressful situation.
K'theris is rolling like a boss.
Yeah.
I just dead stare her right in the face.
Well, I suppose that's, and then there's just kind of this shake. And another Shiassi wearing a hood and kind of covering his face walks in and goes, "Doctor, it got out again." I am so sorry. I'm afraid we'll have to continue this another time. And then she starts speaking in a Ferasan dialect that you don't recognize. Kind of sounds like a hybrid of so the Ferasan language kind of sounds like a mix of Japanese and Swahili.
Ooh, very cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they start running out the door, and the Eppo is left right there.
Nice shot!
And Fang just looks over and goes, "God, I want to kill that thing."
What, the Eppo or the doctor?
Yes.
How are you doing, Captain Fang?
Not well at all. I hate bastards so much. I suppose it's time that I come clean about something. You remember that 2-bit slave dealer I killed on Nimbus?
Yeah?
Guess who he was working for?
I can make several educated guesses, but I'd rather you just tell me.
I'll give you a hint. We're currently prisoners here.
Ah.
I will admit that it was partially personal. You see, they had him kill my mate after I was stranded there.
So why didn't you just say that?
You're not here, Harrison! I just kind of give her like a small nod of the head.
No offense, but I don't need that sympathy that I see in your eyes.
It's less sympathy, more... I don't know what the word is. But it's not sympathy. It's not pity, at least.
Maybe you haven't changed as much as I thought. And with that, we're going to be switching back to the team coming and getting in position over the Hudai Waste, preparing to jump.
Trying to be super cool badasses.
3-point landing!
Okay, so
They did not have the budget for this to the show.
while they're getting ready, I'm starting I'm recording the sensor information to later be used to recreate a holodeck recreation of it.
Fantastic.
Nice. Nice job.
So as the Eagle is getting into position, so what kind of a drop are we talking about? You guys going to be doing this with floaters so that you're doing this from a high altitude, or are you going to be doing this at low altitude jump?
How high altitude are we talking? Are we talking like upper, like, space?
Anything that would require a parachute normally. You're obviously not going for an orbital skydive.
Which one's quieter?
Probably the low
High
altitude.
altitude.
Really?
High altitude's going to wash out the engine noise from the shuttlecraft. Floaters are not going to be as loud, and parachutes certainly won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with that then.
Yeah, no,
All right.
low altitude insertions are more for, active battle.
Gotcha. I'll leave it to the two veterans here.
I'm
So,
not a veteran.
okay, well, the one veteran and friend.
The subject matter expert.
All right.
That's the people who know what they're talking about.
Yes, the people who know what they're talking about. So, you guys get into the Eagle along with 5 Makos, including the Colonel. And you guys start diving, and you get to about, I would say, what would you say would, Phoenix Blue, how would you say would be a safe drop distance?
Safe drop distance for a Halo?
Mhm.
I would have to Google it.
Okay.
But given that
Give
we're
it a
working
start.
with 25th century technology,
Mhm.
you could probably take some liberties.
Okay. I'm going to say it's maybe about, what, 3,000 feet then?
Let's see, Halo
Maybe a
actually,
kilometer.
I just
Yeah.
Googled it. Halo jumps are anywhere between 15,000 and 35,000 feet.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say. They're
So maybe
much higher.
35, 40.
Okay. Yeah,
Probably
35,
bump
40.
it up to 50
Yeah,
to give it
30's probably going to be high enough that they're not going to be able to hear a shuttlecraft.
Especially
and
if you
this-
come in through the storm.
Well, the
Mhm.
storm's not over this location anymore.
No, but you could go in through the storm, and that would negate most of your profile, right?
This is true. I'm going to say in that case, then, that Lieutenant Grass is going to have to make a roll.
Oh, I'm not flying that shuttle.
He's
Oh,
not
that's
flying. He's in the air shuttle.
Not
I'm offering it as a suggestion. If it's something you guys don't want to do, just
Well, in that case, the shuttle pilot, I'm just going to say, is getting an instant 1 because I don't have a NPC pilot set up. So we're just going to roll the engine's con. Okay, and you guys successfully come through the storm into your insertion point, and then you open the airlock and start jumping out. And then you've got one-shot use floaters on, so that they're basically going to be, as soon as you land, you can set them to dispose via like little replicator unit, so it creates a power pack. Not that it's going to be, not that you guys are going to like blow them up or anything. You guys jump and you guide down, and this isn't a very stressful thing. You've all done this on the holodeck at some point. Normal training, and you end up making a landfall in the Hudai Wastes.
in snow. Is it at night or is it daytime?
It's daytime.
Hmm.
This is on the opposite side of the planet.
Then it was much smarter to come in through the storm.
Mm-hmm. All right, and you guys have landed on the edge. I would say about maybe, let's go with 50 kilometers from the center point of the radius that you made.
Cool.
Nice.
All right.
A little
Who's gonna
colder
take
than I'm
point?
used to, but otherwise a veritable winter wonderland.
Q pops in
I'm-
with
and,
living.
and I'm like, it could be colder.
That's true.
It is actually. I'm going to say this, Talus. This feels closer to an Andorian winter.
Ooh.
This is very cold. You guys are near the Arctic Circle of Ferasa.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So everyone's actually wearing nice winter gear and so forth for this, except for the
But I
Makos who are in body armor that's heat regulated.
Is there a commander with us? I
Yes,
forget what
Colonel
his name- okay.
Yeah.
Colonel Dagara Ingua.
Yeah, I think Colonel Dagara and I will take point, I guess.
Kagon, can I get you to make a reason science check to find your
You
way?
can.
Is the
Reason
is
science.
Mhm.
the hazard team in communications blackout right now, or can they still communicate with us?
I'm going to leave that up to Talus.
So I'm also just trying to figure out what's the what are the rules in terms of like if we're in communications, if we have communications with the Cassini,
Which you do.
what advantages would we have if we go black?
So the difference between going black and not in Star Trek versus whether or not you have an open comm channel.
Right.
So normally,
But in
well-
terms of in terms of masking our movements on the ground.
So your
'Cause I
combat
don't-
just
Yeah.
so here's how it's going to work. You have a natural advantage because of the terrain, because of the electromagnetic interference, that you are pretty sure that Ferasan technology is going to have a hard time picking you up.
Okay.
The only way that someone is going to be able to track you is if they are able to detect an active communication channel, and even then it's going to be difficult to pinpoint.
I would say communications on emergency basis only, based on those parameters.
Okay.
So
Talking bursts then.
keep it to a minimum.
You could probably go for about, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes before someone would narrow it down.
Okay.
But make that 5 to 10 minutes cumulative just in case.
Yes.
Okay. If you need help, we're only one phone call away.
All right.
Okay, so reason.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
Yeah, basically. Unless unless reinforcements are coming, then we'll probably call you.
All right. We'll keep it to a minimum.
I'm going to say that the Makos, however, do have special encrypted channels inside their helmets. And so they are
Okay.
getting active updates from Ariel and the ship as needed.
Okay. But okay, cool.
Yeah, they're not open communications. They're will receive communications as needed.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
So
Okay, so you needed reason science.
yes, reason science to find your way.
Okay, geology and planetary surveys. Focus.
Not in this case. You're scanning for life forms.
Like,
Ooh.
Yeah,
Xenobiology
was coming.
focus, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll say xenobiology applies because Ferasans are xenobiological.
Take a momentum if you need it, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I've been rolling, I'm going to need it.
Okay.
What's my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2.
Okay. The way I've been rolling tonight, I'm going to need it.
Okay. Or take it.
Nice.
But we
Okay.
get it back.
Get it back. You are able to determine that you guys got much closer than you expected to it. You are probably within 2 to 3 kilometers of the location.
Hey, before we go too much further, what did you guys take as armament?
I left my tribble back on the ship.
Yeah,
Because-
I imagine we all have Type 2 phasers at the very least. The Makos have their
wouldn't-
rifles.
Wouldn't you guys have the TRs? TR because
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
the
the TRs,
phase
that's right.
the phase has proved a little ineffective.
All right.
That's
So-
right, that's right. Yeah.
And Sahen has his plasma repeater, which did prove effective. You guys are going to need to put the TR-116s on your character sheets.
Okay.
It does base 4 damage with a threat level of 5, 100%
Mhm.
personal field generation, but still resisted by armor.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means.
So basically, it means that it does base damage of 5. So on the little delta thing, it's the 5 goes there. It
Okay.
will ignore any shield resistances. So like the board can't adapt to it. But if anyone's wearing body armor, bulletproof. So it's going to be, you'll still have the resistance from that.
Does it get any bonuses when it hits an effect on a damage roll?
No.
Okay.
The
It
bonus
has
is
no,
shield piercing.
literally, that's its bonus.
Just curious,
All right,
because I know that
with-
I know Type 3s are kind of fun, and you can do a lot of the different things with them.
Mhm.
Sir
These
B,
are
I would like
lethal.
to.
Mhm.
I'd like to use my free question to see if we can locate a nearby entrance or cave network or something that will lead us to help pinpoint this underground complex.
You are detecting what could be a potential entrance about 1.5 kilometers northeast.
Okay. I'll just kind of come up shoulder to shoulder with Lieutenant Telek and show her my tricorder and just kind of point in that direction.
Cool. Did we get like a rough map or something from our pings?
Yeah, I mean you've got like
Okay.
terrain map. It's
Between
it's,
that and my tricorder scan, we should.
Okay,
it's
great.
like you're basically hiking through the woods, so it's not like it's not super difficult terrain. It's just rugged and really inhospitable.
Is there any way that you can like connect what you're scanning to the HUDs on the update the HUDs on the Makos as we go?
Yeah, it's automatically picking that stuff up.
Great. Perfect.
Their stuff is awesome.
Right. I didn't
like
want to
they-
assume.
Yeah, they linked into the tricorders and all that beforehand. That's part of the preparation. They're not incompetent. All right.
They are not the multi-faceted scientist soldiers that Starfleet are.
No, they have one goal, and that goal is to kill things.
Kill all the things.
And rescue operations.
And rescue operations, usually involving killing things.
That's true.
So I'm going to say everyone needs to make a fitness security roll. Difficulty 1. This is basically you hiking across.
Sorry, Kagon.
I totally
My
have a
fitness is
focus
actually
here.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
he's got redundant organs.
yeah, he does. He's pretty good. And the
There
NPCs
you
are going to be
go.
rolling too.
What the?
Oh no, you're so good at this.
Let's see.
That's not fair.
Jaguar gets 1.
Oh, you burned a lot of. You created a lot of momentum. You could probably afford it.
I actually have to roll the Makos too, so hang on.
Probably just like one roll for the.
Oh, okay.
That
They
body
should've-
armor is just
Is that
killing
is
them on
that
this
the
terrain.
hen?
Right?
That's not Sehen, that's the Makos.
Oh Jesus!
So they
Hen's
go
doing great.
flying into a crevasse, and we lose all of our Makos.
You didn't roll 2 complications. Let's be real.
Well, somebody needed to be the red shirt.
Sehen did better than the Makos. Okay.
The colonel is going to have some very
But
choice
then
words with his crew.
Sehen and I are like both like the same fitness level. We're stacked.
So,
How do the Makos only have fitness 8?
because of the way NPC rules work,
Okay.
They are
Yeah.
red
They're
shirts
red
in really
shirts.
good armor.
they are red shirts and very good armor. I'm gonna say that, given the situation, so you guys gonna try and get rid of that complication, or am I baking that as threat?
At this point, we should probably get rid of it because he has like 5 threat.
Right?
Yeah. I'm cool with
You already
that.
have more than enough threat to work with.
Well, actually, wait, you're carrying the TR-116, so that would be 6 threat to be generated from that.
Well, then screw it.
Yeah. So you're spending a 2 to knock it out.
if you're just going to get 11 threat, then I don't see the point. Not giving you 12.
Okay. Well, no, yeah. You would only.
Keep
I'm
some
only.
for ourselves.
So you're not going to get any threat for throwing out the complication. I'm just saying that. Because that's taking away that threat for me, so I can't generate the extra threat from the TRs.
Yeah, but right now you're setting 11 threat, right?
5.
Okay, no, because we brought TR, so I thought you were just giving yourself 6.
No,
I mean-
I'm not taking that yet because no one has seen you with them yet.
Okay, then I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys are the away team.
Well, did you guys generate any momentum because it was a difficulty 1 task?
Yes, and I already counted it. So
Okay.
So we should still be back at 4 momentum. Oh,
No,
that
give
would
him
be-
give him the threat. We're going to need the momentum.
okay, so
Yeah, I
then
think
I'm
you're right. Yeah.
then I'm taking the threat. So you get to stay at 4 momentum, but you get 11 threat. And here's part of the problem.
From one
as you're-
complication?
From one complication because they were carrying TRs, and this is counting for the
Okay.
whole this technically is also counting for the entire squad. So it's
Okay.
not. What's gonna go
No, that's your
down?
call.
Yeah, this is a complicated situation since they're weird. Basically, what's you're quickly learning is that the Mako armor is freezing up in the environment. Like for whatever reason, they're not. Something's wrong. Someone didn't maintain them properly, or there's something in the environment, or maybe it's the EM field. But they're running very sluggish, and they're having difficulty move. And about halfway through, the colonel turns around and goes, "Take that armor off. Get into your excursion outfits. This isn't going to work." And so they get out of their heavy armor, and they zip up into the Odyssey excursion outfits. They tap the comm badges on the armor, and it's automatically being back to the ship.
Okay, and then I'm gonna, but I'm just in my regular uniform, like yo.
You're all wearing your Odyssey excursion uniforms.
We all look over and Talos is wearing a swimsuit.
Got a cigar in one hand and some sunglasses. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Talos would totally be the type to chomp on a cigar.
We don't smoke in the future. All right, so we're gonna move onward.
Yeah. Everybody vapes.
Non-carcinogenic.
Ruzith is having some Ferasan to pay to leave brownies.
Oh my
So-
god.
That's the Valkyrie's legacy.
So you arrive and you find an entrance in a snowbank.
Cool. We should motion for a couple of the Makos to take up positions.
You might also want to check for Barum. Oh no, I'm not there. I'm not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quiet you.
Check for any defenses. That was gonna be my next thing.
So on first glance, there doesn't appear to be any defenses. This is fairly remote. You get the feeling that like they're not expecting someone to stumble across this, and they don't necessarily feel the need to have an armed guard out front at all times. Almost like it would draw attention to this.
Right.
Not wrong.
We're just
I
an
kinda-
innocent old cave.
I kind of nudge Kagon and like, okay, what have we got here?
All right, it's
Well-
gonna be another reason science.
Okay.
Well, Kagan, you've been doing well today.
Yeah, not too shabby. Any focuses here? Geology and planetary surveys.
Yeah, geology and planetary surveys is gonna apply.
All right.
Yeah.
Two
Okay, you
successes.
got it. You got it. You get a momentum from that.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
So
Well, Lieutenant, it appears to be a cave entrance. I'm kidding.
quite.
And then I actually give her the report.
Very astute.
Oh, you get a free question too.
Commander.
yeah, and he gets a free question. So the first, and I'm gonna give the free question up front. This has been disguised to look like a mine shaft. However, the materials used in the doorframe are not native to Ferasa Prime, and that alone is suspicious because they're not supposed to have imports.
But it is the sort of thing that a Ferasan crime syndicate could smuggle onto the planet.
Possibly. One of the other things that the Patriarch would have gone over during the briefing is that the Shiassi have been known to steal starships and steal things as they please. They engage in piracy.
What? Oh, damn it! I wish I was there. I had questions.
These are. They also are known to engage in knocking things off of tables.
This is true. They don't use the litter box. They just go in the middle of the
While
carpet.
making eye contact with you the entire time. Just
It's
You can tell who the cat owners here are.
Why do they always have to throw up on the carpet? I don't get it.
Right? Like the cat will like get off of the hardwood floor and move
That's
3 feet just to
speciesist.
puke on carpet.
species is.
So the other thing you determine is that this is you are reading, it's not very deep in, but there is definitely a facility here. It's not super big. It looks like it has its own power supply. It looks like a small fusion generator. You are reading a couple of very old Ferasan police vessels. They appear to be offline right now. You are also reading around 30 Ferasan life signs, a Cassini, and several other life forms, including one fairly large one that that is very difficult to read.
Okay. I almost want to ask if the fairly large one reads the same as the Epos did, but
I'm going to say if you want to spend a momentum for that, you're welcome to.
Do
Alternatively,
it.
because I also feel like I would kind of be metagaming that, and I don't want to do that.
it's a legitimate question. I'm going to say that's not a metagame question.
Okay, what do you guys think? Is that worth a momentum spend?
I would ask
I
to see
think
if you
so.
get more of the genetic profile of large creature trying to compare
Yeah.
it directly to Epos.
If you do that, that will have to be a roll, not just a momentum spend, because that's going to be that's a
almost-
different special.
I almost think we should do that because
All right, let's do that then.
That's another roll? Okay.
No, the momentum spend. Unless I
Okay.
misunderstood. Unless I
Oh, no,
misunderstood
I
the
said-
Talus.
I said I almost would have you scan the big thing again. You know, just
Okay.
Yeah, scan the big thing
focus on
again.
that.
All right, yeah, I'll do that then.
Scan all the
Okay.
things.
Scan all
Yeah,
the
Starfleet,
things, and
that's what we do.
I will spend a momentum to do it.
Okay. I'm going to spend a threat to expand your complication range by 1.
Okay.
And
That's
it's going to
not
be
too bad.
difficult. Difficulty is going to be 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, the science officer, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just have a GM question. Did I lose a finger?
You did not lose a finger.
It's
Okay.
okay, we can put it back.
Something.
We can make you new
Yeah.
one. A better finger.
We did a whole arm earlier.
A butterfinger. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Xenobiology
with-
focus?
Yes, xenobiology focus. Do you want to spend any momentum for an extra die?
Oh, you better believe I do.
Okay. Roll it.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Close.
3 successes.
Perfect. Okay. It does not match the genome of the Epos, first off.
Okay.
That's your bonus question. I'm getting that the hell out of the way. The second thing is it's reptilian of some sort. But besides that, there's too much interference. It's too deep down for you to get anything more than that.
You can't tell if it's humanoid?
Can't tell if it's humanoid. If it's a humanoid, it'd be a very big humanoid.
Yeah.
There are very big
reptilian
reptilians.
does imply cold-blooded.
Yes. And you are not reading a lot of activity from this thing.
It's more
Something is
ectothermic, and not all
sleeping.
reptiles are ectothermic.
The other thing did the scan that identified the 30 Ferasan life signs, were any of them pinpointed near the old Ferasan shuttles?
Not at this time. It looks like there
Okay.
was one who was there, and you would say that they're not shuttles. They're basically like small spaceships. You would say they're like, it'd be comparable to something like the Fer-de-Lance in Elite.
Oh,
they're
they're Firefly shuttles. Firefly ships.
Yeah, kind of. They're medium size. They would be like medium sized. What a low warp capable ship would be capable of from like the 22nd century.
I'm going to relay their coordinates to the Cassini so that the Cassini can establish a targeting solution, a firing
And
solution.
we are going to relay those coordinates over to Lieutenant Gress, so he's aware of them in case they try to take
Okay.
off.
All right, so
Yeah,
that's
basically,
automatic.
if they try to take off, you guys will be able to nuke them from orbit.
It's the only way to be sure. But yeah, those get transmitted back to the Cassini. And Ariel is actually able, takes the scan data and goes, Captain, they appear to be old Ferasan police cruisers. These ships are no match for our weaponry. One good phaser blast will take them out.
Which will
It
be
might be
easier to do
worthwhile
if they're not moving.
Mm-hmm. They
Just in
don't have
case.
shields. They don't have shields. They use old-style lasers. They're capable of warp 1.7.
Well, heck, we might just use tractor beams then.
Just push them down.
Yeah, like, no, you stay down.
Just hold their
Bad
forehead.
kitty!
Rub their nose in the snow.
Okay.
Scruff of the neck.
But yeah, they don't appear to be
But
online.
with that contingency out of the way, do there appear to be any other exits from this small complex?
This appears to be the only land entrance. There's obviously, of course, the hangar roof that retracts. It's covered in snow right now. Someone needs to go de-ice it. But besides that,
I'm sure the Ferasans are lining up for that.
this is the future, man. They got heated roofs, but there's nothing. There's no other entrance. This looks like, okay, minimize the profile. Don't include an extra exit. Don't do anything like that. It's not up to code.
Yeah.
In other
No
words,
fires.
if there was a
This
big
is all
fire,
information
then...
that this is all information that I'm sharing with Lieutenant Delek and with the Mako team as well.
Okay.
Just kind of letting them know the tactical layout of this thing.
Yeah, it doesn't even look that complicated. And you're also not reading any frost and life signs in the tunnel leading to this exit until you get to the first chamber. And that's all the information you're getting.
That's fair.
That's a lot of good information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
It's up to you guys.
Lieutenant?
All right. Time to get out. Let's get there.
All right. So you guys walk inside the cave, and you guys just start walking down. I'm gonna say that this is going to be a. Let's do another fitness. No, you know what? Insight security. This difficulty 1. This is just you guys making sure that you're covering your butts. Hey.
The Makos don't fail.
Everyone succeeded. And actually, you
And
gain
we're topped out on momentum.
yeah, you are. Because Talus and Gar are very good at their jobs.
Very nice.
All right.
Yeah, we're taking point for a reason.
Mm-hmm. So you guys start walking through the cave, and then you come to the first big chamber, and there are Ferasans. Looks like maybe about 10 or 15 that are kind of, looks like they're scrambling about, and that's when you notice that it's kind of shaking in here. It's not like it's kind of like it feels like an earthquake, but it can't be. You weren't reading any tectonic activity. More like something is thrashing about.
I'm going to do a tricorder scan.
Okay. Reason, science, same old routine.
Reason, science. Focuses.
Difficult. Xenobiology.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be 1 at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. You're really amazing tonight.
You are able to track down the vibrations to that large reptilian life sign. And then it suddenly hits you, this life sign is larger than a humanoid. Significantly larger than a humanoid.
Oh my god, are we hitting the Star Wars
Dinosaur.
crossover early?
No.
It could be
Spoilers.
dinosaurs above.
Would it be accurate to deduce that the Ferasans who are in here are too busy dealing with it to notice us?
That would be a reasonable deduction. I'm not going to say that's your extra momentum spend, because that's what's going to come up on your screen right now as you get a species identification.
Is the
Okay.
T-Rexes?
Draco
Oh my God, you know what?
Berengarius.
Oh.
Draco Ferengarius?
Wait, are those the dragons from that one planet?
Yep. It's a Berengarian dragon. Sometimes referred to as a Berengarian drake.
That's right, Star Trek has dragons.
Since when?
Since
TOS.
TOS.
Dungeons and Dragons, yo. We're in a dungeon and there's a dragon.
We've got Inception style.
It's a good thing you brought a lot of guns.
So Sahend looks over and goes, well, I misinterpreted what was on that ship wrong.
I don't think you could have anticipated that, to be fair.
He goes, looking back on it, it was a ship for the Alpha Quadrant Species Preservationist Society. They deal with Berengarian dragons. This species is endangered. They're also peaceful. Why the hell is this one acting up like this?
Probably because they're
I don't know,
torturing it.
I don't know. I'd be pissed too. But then again, I'd be pissed anyway. So. Shrug.
At this moment, we're going to switch back to the prison briefly. As K'theris and Fang are sitting there, there's another shake, and K'theris, your left arm is freed because the literal brace falls off the table.
Well, would you look at that?
Quickly, get the other one out and get me out of here.
No, I'm gonna just lie. Of course I'm getting out of here.
All right. Control security as you try to pick the lock with your other claw.
All right.
Do they get a focus?
I need to double check K'theris' focuses really fast.
Sounds like something an intelligence operative would do.
It's a stretch, but I'll allow that.
All right. Difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2.
May I take a momentum?
Yeah, no, we're full.
That's what it's there for.
Okay.
All right. And I'm using security, so I can re-roll a D.
Okay.
Oh yeah, taking a point for cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But you don't
Hey.
need
Never mind.
Which you don't need. You get your momentum back. All right. So you just go. You get in there and you undo the locks on your wrist and legs, and then you got to do it again for Fang.
Okay. Move on over.
And
Do
I'm
they
gonna
get a
say,
lower difficulty in this one? Yeah.
I'm going to say actually Fang assists by kind of being empathically supportive.
Do they get a lower difficulty
Oh.
because it's the same lock again?
No, because they're smart enough. They put different locks with different combinations on them.
All right. I will take for cautious.
Okay. Cautious.
Ooh.
And that's why you took it.
Nice. Yeah, so
And
we
yeah.
rolled that one.
Oh. Okay. So you're going to get that momentum back, and you got 1 extra, which I'm going to interpret as... How do you want to do that, actually?
You just find a gun just lying right there.
Yeah, just a gun on the floor.
So I'm going to
Can
allow
I
you
use it to? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You go first. I want to hear what you want to say first.
I was gonna
Remember, you can create
say,
advantages too.
yeah. Can I use it to maybe say that in their haste to leave, they left the door unlocked?
There is no door to this room. That was already something that you would have noticed.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say if you want to create an advantage, you know what? I'm gonna spend a threat to create this advantage because it's not you creating the advantage.
It's the Drake creating advantage.
It's the dragon creating the advantage. It's at this moment that you just look up out the door and you just see this big burst of fire blowing out down the corridor as you just see Ferasan go, running the other way as the dragon starts pursuing them.
Oh, okay.
This is their worst nightmare since the vacuum cleaner.
We just can't get away. Wait for the cat jokes.
Oh, I had an idea, but it's too late now.
Okay, what was your idea?
It?
Let the FO out, but it's fine.
You know what? Yes, you can let the Eppo out.
Pointed
Be
away from
free,
you.
my friend. Nobody is jailed here.
Who
So-
let the apples out? Meow, 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 meow.
Oh,
That's a threat.
God. That is a threat. That's a threat.
Oh.
To which I'm going to immediately then spend. We're going into
Carlos.
rounds, K'theris.
That's fine.
So the Eppo is going to attack.
Yeah, attack me, I'm assuming.
Yes, because you're
Great.
closest. It's going to bite you.
I should have just yoked this Eppo up the goddamn corridor.
Oh, you can do this. You can beat this.
Oh,
This is a
K'theris could beat
pose.
that.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a pose.
So it's daring security because it's maybe
Actually,
failing.
wait. Yeah, oops. I need to re-roll that. Ah!
Better.
Thanks for re-rolling
Way
that.
better for me.
That's for your advantage because I'm spending now 2 threat to kill that complication.
And I'm assuming my hand-to-hand combat focus applies.
Applies. Yes, as does your mean right hook.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you smoke that thing. That gives you 2 extra momentum, and then you need to roll your pounce.
If there was ever a question of who the tank is.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, do you
So
want
this Eppo
Plus one
comes
more-
at
plus one
K'theris,
more
who's
vicious.
like,
punk?
And she just like, it's just like annoyed. She just like,
Just backhands it.
I was trying to help you.
it's a squeaky toy, and K'theris's cat instinct takes over.
Shiny thing. So
This campaign was a mistake.
this mechanic was such a mistake. So they have very low health. They have very low health. You killed that thing.
Well,
It's just splattered against the wall.
And just stands over it for a minute, like, what you got?
Fang's like, excellent work, Commander.
Fang has
Well-
never been more attracted to you than in this moment.
nice. Well, I guess we better get going. Let's see if we can find something to get the hell out of here.
Okay. So there's only one exit. So you guys going out that way?
Yep, I guess so.
Okay. So then you come to the T-junction. One way the dragon went, the other way the dragon came from. Which way are you going?
Let's follow the dragon.
Okay. In that case, we're going to switch back to the other team. It's at this moment you start hearing as people who are on fire literally collapse to the floor as they walk into the room from the other side. And then a giant dragon crawls through the tiny corridor.
well then.
I am not going to try and tame that.
I look back at the Makos and I go, who needs us when we got that?
It's at this moment that the head of one of the Shiassi flings past you guys and hits the ground.
As I said.
We
I had
should probably
questions
make
for them.
haste.
This is at the moment it notices you.
And that's why we should make haste.
You guys are technically you guys are in rounds now. Which, by the way, you guys need to turn to page 342 in the book, because there are the stats for the dragon. Important special features. This creature is massive. It has twice as much stress as normal, meaning 28 stress. Further,
My god.
Further, it's going to take 8 stress to inflict an injury instead of 5.
Maybe you guys should just, I don't know, run.
And they have a resistance of 5. And they have focused in being observant.
Well,
Why? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just, I don't know, run.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get
We
to
have
because
nowhere to run.
you have the tiny hallway that it can go through, and it gets to go first. Ooh, so this,
Great.
yep.
don't you have quick to action?
Yeah, you
I
do.
do.
That doesn't give you the first action, though.
Nope, it doesn't give you initiative.
It gives it. I can go twice once it is our turn, or we can go twice once it's our
Yeah.
turn. But
It's gonna go ahead and use its flame breath at you,
yeah, lovely.
and it hits. So,
Ow.
yeah. So just to be clear, this is an area of effect attack.
Oh god.
Great.
The chromatic
It's
dragon just
literal
used its breath
fireball.
weapon on you guys.
Oh,
Oh!
I hit 3 of them.
Why?
Ouch.
yeah. Yes, I hit 3 of you guys. I'm gonna say it hit the Colonel, Kagon, and Talus. Your personal shields will reduce it by 4, so you guys need to roll your what is it, a damage die to see if you guys have to if your shields are damaged.
Shields are good.
Okay, Kagon's shields
One
stay
challenge
up.
dice.
1 challenge die.
I don't know how to. Where do I roll that?
It should be on your sheet by the trait die. By the task die.
Yeah, it's right up
Okay.
above the task roll.
It says challenge dice, but it says 0.
Type in
Yeah,
1.
just put a 1 in there.
Okay.
Okay, and
That's
Eh?
what we like to see.
it's
I'm
not reading
seeing
anything.
anything.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
reading
No,
anything.
it's not reading anything.
Because it's either. Yeah,
Oh,
it means
yeah.
it rolled a 0.
Yeah, which means your shields, you guys, your shields, brunt the damages here. Personal shields getting low, and so that reduces your damage by 4. So that would still be
So that's still 5.
5 damage.
So-
Plus, I need to double check. What's the reduction on your Odyssey uniforms, really quickly?
It's like
2, right?
It's like excursion uniform, right? So it's like
Yeah,
3.
yeah, you're in the excursion uniform, so I need to. Oh no! Someone's clanging things now. K'theris is distracted.
Sorry.
Scroll. It's a resistance of 4, so you guys take
1.
1.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Yeah. No, wait. Sorry, that's the PSG. Sorry, it's 2. So it's 3
So
damage.
3. Yeah.
3 damage.
That's still
You have to
not
you
enough for
also
an
have
injury.
to roll for the colonel.
The Colonel. Yes, I do need to roll for the Colonel really fast.
For his personal shield, yeah.
Yeah,
0.
he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. And we'll check. So just to be clear, he takes no damage because of his Mako elite armor.
Wait, they ditched their armor though.
He didn't. The squad did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
The squad is in their Odyssey excursion uniform. He tanked that thing all the way down the mountain. Okay. It's your guys' turn now. Who wants to go first?
The Colonel.
You want the Colonel to go first. Oh, can't argue with that. All right. So the Colonel, I actually need to change this really fast because actually no. He since he gets his own command, he doesn't have to follow the captain's orders. He brought his Mako battle rifle instead.
Oh.
So, and he does have a focus that applies here, and he hits.
Oh,
Oh,
post check?
Oh my god.
that was a
2,
fantastic
4,
roll.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
14 with a resistance of 5, so it brings it down to 9. He inflicts an injury on it. The colonel just...
Which you can avoid with threat.
Which I can. I'm not going to, because that was a great roll.
Nice.
That was a fantastic roll, and as a GM, I like that. And so he just goes, "You're gonna shoot your eye out," and he shoots it in the eye.
Of all the things to survive the 25th century, A Christmas Story was one of them.
So I'm going to say that that's going to reduce its perception. So that would be insight. It's going to lower that down to in half. Because essentially you just blinded it in one eye.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Are you guys going to quick to action this?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Who's next?
I guess
Am I-
probably have
Am
to
I still
be-
part of this? Sorry, am I still part of this as well?
You haven't caught up
About
to them
be,
yet.
You're following him.
Yeah, you haven't caught up
Okay.
yet.
I guess it would be me then.
Okay.
I mean, unless someone else is more has.
So
No, you're
better-
the logical choice.
Yeah,
So
we
the
saw
peop-
what happened last time I tried to fire a phaser.
Yeah. So excluding Kagon, you've got Sahen, a Mako officer, and the Patriarch with you.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll
Okay.
use my TR-116
Okay.
headshot.
Roll it.
Roll control security.
Roll control security.
Are you taking the minor action to aim?
Yes. And
Excellent.
Then, aggressive negotiations focus applies.
Yes, it does.
What's the difficulty? 2?
It's difficulties 2.
Okay, mind if I get an extra die?
Go for it. You got the momentum.
Okay, great.
This is what it's
Who
there for.
deals the momentum to the momentum dealer?
GM.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, and you gain it right back. All
Okay.
right. Roll it.
And then
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
The security rating of 5.
Oh
Oh,
my fuck.
2,
Now you
4,
see-
6, 8, 10, 12.
So just to be clear, you guys gained 5 threat for firing the TR-116.
If you
How much was that again?
12?
If you spend
So-
a momentum, you can inflict another injury on it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Go for it.
yes, do it.
All right. So spending another momentum, you injure it right in the arm. So
The other eye.
no, you manage to strike it in where its arm meets its chest and dislocate its shoulder, and it just goes.
I feel kind of bad for it.
It's an endangered species, you guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say at
It's
this
pissed
point,
off.
it's pissed the fuck off. Yes,
Maybe
Just
we
to
can
be-
phaser it or something.
you told them not to bring phasers.
I brought a
They have
phaser.
type 2s. Yeah, everyone's got a type 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have a tape too. All right.
But Kagon
Well-
firing a phaser kind of is a last weapon of last resort.
Uh,
What we should do is have Kagon shoot at us, so it'll hit the other guys.
That's actually like only half funny because it's probably true.
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spend a couple of threat, and I'm gonna use that to cancel out Talus's quick to action. And the
Oh, I
reason
already
behind,
used it.
yeah, but you can reuse it. That's the thing.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm going,
true. In first
I'm
round,
go-
yeah, that's true.
yes, and I'm canceling that and saying no. This is where it ends, and it actually it falls over. It's not unconscious, but it is severely injured and it's whimpering.
I'm going to do a quick tricorder scan on it.
Absolutely.
From a distance, a safe distance.
That is what tricorders are for. Yes.
I mean, get
reason
out of his
science?
fire-breathing distance.
Do we have any dragon whisperers? Kagon would probably be the closest.
Kagan's the closest
I-
right now.
I'm a medic,
Hmm.
sort of.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Xenobiology applies. Difficulty 1.
okay,
Nice.
there it is.
So, what you immediately see is that this thing looks like it had been recently tortured and was lashing out. And
Oh, jeez.
it is very close to death. You got those 2 shots were really vicious on it.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe you should tag it for transport.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But But it's not going to survive if we don't do something for it here quickly. Is there any way that I could stay? Like, is it?
It is not a threat to you now. It looks like it's
Okay.
too distraught with its pain.
I'm going to approach it and try to stop the bleeding.
Okay. So you need to make a presence command check. This is going to be opposed.
Momentum.
Okay.
Take all the momentum.
Take off. Yeah.
Actually, can I burn my determination on this?
Ooh.
Which determination? Are you making a new value or?
I was going to go with science is the way of the warrior, but if that doesn't fit, then I can make a new value.
It's going to have to be a new value.
Okay.
This is going to have to be something along the lines of some sort of compassion or something like that.
Yeah. The honorable way is to show mercy to the fallen.
I like it.
Ooh,
Nice.
Very
Okay.
good.
So go ahead and roll.
Okay. I'm rolling presence command. I've got a critical success from the determination.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend a momentum for an extra die.
Okay. And your focuses apply.
Okay.
So
All right.
4.
4 successes.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
You succeed beyond your wildest dreams. There's nothing that we can really do with 3 of the momentum, so I'm gonna use that as your GM to create an advantage for you here.
Okay.
And that is
Yeah, if K'theris were here, she could give me my determination pack.
yeah.
If only.
If only she's still a few feet down the corridor.
No,
So-
that's okay.
What I am gonna do, as an element of mercy, I'm gonna cut your threat in half for doing
Okay.
this. Because that was being saved up for this thing. So as you approach it, it's just kind of going, "Oh," and it's just Kagon just kind of reaches out and like gives it a look that just kind of is like, "Hey, I'm here to help you." It's not this look that the others have, and it kind of looks like a wounded cat, like that look they have when they're kind of hiding in the corner, like they don't want to be injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's getting
I'm
that
gonna-
look in it.
I'm gonna put my hand on the top of the receiver of the colonel's weapon and just kind of like push it down slowly.
Yeah, he looks at you, he looks at it, and he nods, and he just.
Okay.
And-
And
So
yeah, I'd
I'm-
like to try and stop the bleeding and treat its wound.
Okay. This is gonna be an insight medicine roll.
Insight medicine. Okay.
Momentum.
Focus.
Yes, xenobiology applies. Do you want to
Okay.
spend a
And yeah, I'm
momentum?
gonna spend a momentum here.
Okay.
Help our poor dragon boy. Or girl.
3 successes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you succeed.
I feel like an asshole.
Don't.
Well, it did-
I mean, it
it
was going to
did
try.
breathe
It was,
fire
it was
on you.
trying to kill us at the time.
That's true.
You're Starfleet, so we got to be better than that.
Mhm. So, as you're scanning it, you realize it's a boy, and it's you realize that the TR-116 bullet got pretty deep into his chest, You have emergency the Mako medic hands you the emergency medical supplies and goes, I don't know how to handle this thing. It's not in my biology standards. And you're able
Somebody's
to
a nurse.
Yeah. It's not like there's a lot of dragons in Starfleet. And so you extract the bullet, you seal the wound, and it kind of gives this kind of sound. I wouldn't say it's like purring or anything, but it's a low rumble of what seems to be contentness, and then it just kind of closes its eyes. And it's at this moment that K'theris and Fang run out of the hallway.
I just like look around, look at the Drake, look at like all of the like frost and crispy corpses around, and then
including one that was obviously the person who was trying to torture you.
Bitch, I had questions for you. Oh! And I just kind of kick the corpse.
You bring the head, we're able to scan the brain. A little morbid. But...
I'd like to try and contact the ship.
Go ahead.
Kagon to Cassini.
Captain Harrison here. Go ahead.
Sir, we found K'theris and an injured, endangered animal that I would like to beam into one of our cargo bays.
Cargo bays?
It's not going to fit anywhere else.
Okay, I'll let Dr. Verask know. How big are we talking there, Colonel or Commander?
Sir, if I had to guess, I would say it's about the size of a Delta Flyer.
Okay, no, this will be interesting. All right, I'll tell Dr. Verask to prepare an emergency medical team.
Verask is standing right there, and he nods, and he runs off with his kit.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'll tag this thing for transport.
Okay, so you tag it for transport. Kashima goes, okay, this is going to be kind of a rough transport. Can I get all of you guys to stand back about 10 feet from that?
Yeah.
Easily.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Yes, all right. Stand by. Clearing out Cargo Bay 2. Beaming up 1. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. All right, he successfully does it, and you guys gain a momentum back. And
Yes.
You just see the blue lines appear as it's beamed away. Meanwhile, the Patriarch walks up to Fang. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Kagon, can I get you to make another roll? Reason science?
Certainly. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty's 1. You're scanning for life forms.
Okay.
Ooh.
I am emotionally depleted from saving that Drake's life, and I don't notice a thing.
Do you have caution science? No, you didn't spend
I do, but I didn't take a momentum. But we can spend
burn
2 to negate the
momentum,
complication.
Yeah, we can. I would suggest doing so.
Okay. Down to 4 momentum, and you're realizing that your tricorder, it looks like it got a little damage from the flames, and now its life form reading is starting to. It can't give you positive determination on life forms now. It's starting to be. You need to go get it repaired.
We should probably go.
Then Patriarch turns around and goes, I agree. I suggest that when we return to your ship, we target a few quantum torpedoes into that hangar bay, just to be sure.
That would level a mountain.
I would.
There's no one living
That's
here.
the idea.
I think 1 photon torpedo would suffice, but I get your meaning.
You don't have any photons on the Cassini.
Oh, that's right. It's either or.
It's kind of hard to make a low-yield quantum torpedo.
Well, in that case, 1 torpedo. I think
We could just do
we'll
phasers, really.
We could argue about this on the ship.
Yes.
Can I make
Yeah.
a keen perception thingy?
Keen hearing? Yes, you may.
Good call.
That would be insight security.
All right, and I have 3 because of my ears.
Yep. What do your cat ears tell you?
They're
Do
teaching
I
the
have
hobbits to Isengard.
do I have any focuses that apply?
Intelligence operative would. You know what? No, I'm not going to allow focuses. You don't need it. This is not that strong, hard of a check.
Yeah, I didn't think I needed
Okay.
momentum either.
No, it's not.
Whoa.
Yeah.
If you had.
Yeah. You get all your momentum back. So, yeah,
You
you
can
got
make an advantage.
I like just tilt my head to listen.
You hear lots of noises. Sounds like there's a lot of epos in here probably somewhere.
Oh, Jesus,
And-
run.
And you are not hearing any Ferasan life signs.
Do they sound like they're like free moving?
Yes.
Yeah, seems like that Epo that we saw wasn't the only one. We should probably get going.
This is at this point Sahen goes,
Agreed.
let me access that computer terminal just to get some intel really fast.
Quickly, Sahan.
All right. So,
Maybe time to take up positions.
and he's
Yeah,
able
me and the
to.
Makos are already doing that.
It's fine. He doesn't have to. He accesses it. It wasn't locked. He downloads the database into his tricorder, and you guys run.
Nice.
You guys.
As we're running, I'm just gonna look to the head patriarch and be like, "That wasn't the worst dinner I've been to, surprisingly." I don't know how I know that, but I feel it deep inside of me.
I think I understand what you're saying.
All right. You guys get to the surface, and Graz, you can come pick them up whenever you want.
Yeah, once I detected them, I'll be swooping down.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, you swoop down, you open the airlock doors, you're like, hey, come on in, catch a ride.
Get in, losers. We're getting the hell out of here.
Need a lift?
Permission to come on board?
Your Uber has arrived.
Well, the dragon wasn't in riding shape.
Driver of Grass is here. Look for Gray.
Can't talk for this.
All right. And so the Huygens stabilizes once everyone's on board.
Mhm.
Airlock seals, and you guys make for orbit, and you dock with the Cassini.
That's probably a cramped shuttle trip.
I am
Um,
standing right in the docking bay.
All right. Well, now that has transpired, greet them at the docking bay, and everything just moves as planned. And you guys return to the bridge.
I'm going to stop off
Okay.
at cargo bay 2 if that's all right. On my way back to the bridge.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Not for long, just to check in.
You see Dr. Vorosk is treating its wounds pretty good. He looks like he's put it under sedation while he treats it. He's got...
Doctor, anything I can do to help?
Oh, now I've got it. Don't worry. We'll make sure to drop him off at the... Next time we stop at a starbase, get him transferred to a preserve or something.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Actually, the patriarch actually walks into the plane and goes, just so you know, there actually is a preserve on Ferasa, near our equatorial region. A nice subtropical region that is ideal for them. We've been taking them for the Alpha Quadrant initiative to preserve endangered species.
I can't keep up.
Can we
Can't-
keep it? Yeah.
You
We
can't
don't have
keep
we
the
don't have
dragon.
room, and we can't afford to feed him. And who's going to change his litter box? No, it's
Not it.
it's ultimately up to the captain. But
Harrison would say no.
Okay.
but the important thing is that it has some place where it will be taken care of. Just as long as there's somewhere that it'll be taken care of better than it was by those renegades.
Understood. So you guys return to the bridge, and Patrick goes, hands Talus a set of coordinates. Captain, permission to bomb the shit out of that facility.
Permission granted. As long as it was the High Patriarch who had the coordinates.
I have.
Yeah.
I have them.
With the High Patriarch's authorization, let's blow that thing to hell.
Can I push the button?
Yes, I believe you've run that.
I'll set it up. You push the button. How about that?
Thank you,
Okay.
Lieutenant.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Anytime, Commander.
I'm gonna say that makes it a Talus does the primary role, but K'theris gets to do a support role.
Hey!
Are we
So-
doing the phasers or the torpedoes?
Phasers. You don't need torpedoes.
Okay. Phasers. Let's see.
There are Epos there, so maybe we do.
Oh my God.
Torpedoes.
And
Just
that's
saying.
when they wiped out the Ferasan capital.
Somebody.
Good thing that's not in the firing arc.
I tried to get rid of my complications earlier, guys. I did try.
Okay.
Well,
We
we can still.
Well,
do
we
it.
still
K'theris, and he can.
Oh my
Well-
God.
Oh,
Of course!
and the ship.
And the ship. Let's just
Okay, well,
keep
it was
this-
Hang on.
difficulty 1. It was difficulty 1, so you guys hit.
Yeah, but now I'm mad. I want to roll for Cassini just because.
Yeah.
Well,
Weapons.
The ship has to roll. We're using her phasers. Yeah.
yay!
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just
So
get
you
rid of
get
those.
1,
Let's get rid of those complications. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit down to 2 minutes.
Then,
Yeah,
like, all the
momentum minus 3.
3. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
3. So.
No, it's that button. No, it's that button. Just watch your hand on
Sorry,
that
I
button.
was in ground combat. Now I'm in ship combat.
And finally, Ariel's like, "Oh, it's neither one of those, you guys." Click.
She didn't assist.
Oh my god.
She doesn't have to.
I'm so glad that I had no complications for that entire thing, and then when it didn't quite matter, it was fine.
Like, we had this successful campaign, and then all of a sudden,
We just blew
Oh
up
my God.
Ferasa.
Nice.
Well, you see the phaser just glances straight out through the atmosphere, strikes the target, and you see it just a bright spark and poof, as the entire facility goes up, and then the ships inside the hangar explode and take him out.
I have to say, this may sound unprofessional, but I find that supremely satisfying.
agreed.
I
And,
don't know what they made me listen to, but it was awful.
and at this moment, I just spent the last bit of our threat. And it's at this moment that someone else appears on the bridge.
Oh, damn it, Q.
Well, why am I not surprised that you would find just death and destruction fascinating? Silly mortals, I guess I've got to teach you another lesson about waging war through the stars. And
Wait,
that's
what?
where we have to...
Oh my God. Oh my
To be
God. that's-
continued! And we will be continuing this, not next week, we will be returning to Valkyrie Flight, but in our April Fool's episode.
Oh my God.
Yay!
Oh my God. Freaking Q.
This is how we get into our freaking April Fool's episode.